Hi guys, how you doing tonight? Yeah, welcome to Night Chalker. Today is Night Chalker and I am going to show you how to do some work on a nice fabric frame. You'll understand what I mean, like a banner. Anyway, I am your host tonight and your designer. I am Lucy Aaliyah. So I'm glad you guys are here. So let me stretch out and put so that I can actually see if anybody's in today yet, because I know that my people always show up a little late, and that's okay as long as y'all show up. Hey Chris, how you doing?
I'm good.
So I can't see you on the screen, and I know you're there, but I can't see you on the screen. So Chris is the one that works with technical stuff, and lately we've had a little bit of technical issues. So we're trying to get it all together. Yeah, but anyway, in the meantime, like I said, my name is Lucy Aaliyah, and I am a designer. I'm a designer with so many things. So I'm a designer for Couture, but I'm a designer that was designing many years before I started working with chalk. I do printing, and there's a reason why I'm going to be telling you guys this. So I'm going to put this up so that you can see my printers. And of course, there goes my machines. And, you know, I have a lot of professional machines in this room, and that's only showing you a few. That's only showing you a few of my machines. And there's a reason why I wanted to show you that. I didn't want to just say that I'm a designer. I know a lot of you have heard that, and then I know a lot of you know that I'm a designer. Those printers are for me to print my graphics, my design on t-shirts, on baby onesies, on clothing. But when I started designing, I wasn't printing. I had to figure out a way to put my art, since I knew how to, you know, draw and paint and sketch and do graphics online. I had to figure out a way to condense it all into one thing. And I finally figured that out a few years ago, and I started printing. So the other thing I want to show you is the things I've done with chalk. So as you can see, these pieces are some of the pieces that I have done with chalk. These are chalk frames and chalk ink. And there is the flower. There's a reason why I'm showing you flowers on that frame. That frame is called the Odette. Okay, and the reason I'm showing you that is because tonight we're going to be using the same screen print, which I've used a billion times. So I hope it works. I hope it's not like, you know, on its last leg. It's because I've used it so much. But we're going to use it on this banner. So I want you to see how versatile our screens are. You could use them virtually on anything. Glass, wood, banners, t-shirts, onesies. You can use it on anything. And saying that, next week I am going to bring a wood piece, really interesting one, that we're going to be chalking on. I don't want to say what it is yet. I don't want to kill the surprise, but it's not going to be a frame. I could say that. It's going to be something fun that we're going to chalk. So please stay tuned for that. So I want to show you this. I did this 2 days ago on air. Some of you were here to watch that. Chris, I still can't see you there. So you want to write something so I can see you on that chat. All right, so I did this a few days ago, and the reason I'm bringing it back is because there was girls that participated, and they wanted golden yellow. So what I did was that I incorporated golden yellow, but I added more. Oops, sorry about that. I added more here in the beginning of it so that it could really get pulled in. Can you see that? Yeah, I think this piece came out really, really great. So I wanted to show you guys, since I haven't posted the photo yet. I didn't because I wanted to add more of the yellow paste on it. What I would do normally is I would spray one of our sealants, which I will show you next time. We have many here. And the reason we have so many is because we use them on our jewelry when I make jewelry. But I also use them on the chalk frames. So I have many different sealants, but I'm going to show you the two that I use the next time that I come in. I don't want to make this too long, and we have a lot going on tonight because I want to show you something else. Now, if you guys are interested, and anybody's interested out there to do chalk in some way, shape, or form, we have 3 ways. And that is that you can go to my shop, which Chris will put a link on the top somewhere of that. Chris, I still can't see you. I want you to know that I can't see you at all. So if anybody's writing me, I'm sorry, but I can't see it. So I'm sorry, guys. I just want to see if anybody's in here because I can't see you through here, which is weird. I'll let that load. Okay, Chris, I can't see you at all. Did you write?
Yeah, I wrote in on
Nothing at all. Nothing. Quite frankly, not even on Facebook do I see you writing. So you need to double check that because I don't see you at all. Okay, there you go. Hey, lady. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't see it here at all. We're gonna stop the feedback on that. Take off the sound. Okay. All right, guys. So there are 3 ways. Chris will put a link, and you guys could go to that link if you want to get any of the things that you see tonight. I'll repeat this a little later for people that might have come in late, because I know Chris has to remind some people. They said to get reminded, so I know Chris is out there getting them. But that's one way. You could go onto the site, and now to know that you're in the right site, because there's many designers, you just look on the upper right hand corner. My picture should be there. I know that by Monday we'll have that here for you so you could see what I'm talking about, and you'll be able to see my name. And nobody has my name. it's so rare, right? So you'll see my name in my picture, and that's how you know you're in the right place. The other way is through the Club Couture, which is a club where you receive, I don't know, we want to call it Happy Mail. Because you receive 3 colors in these little packets, and you receive a great screen print that you can't get any other way. So this is the one for this month. And if you join this month, you will be able to receive this screen with 3 pastes so that you could create whatever it is that you want to create. And I say whatever it is because, this could be put on a t-shirt, it could be put on a frame, it could be put on wood. We do stuff in glass. The other thing I like about this one for this month is that you could use the frame by itself. So if you have something else, like let's turn it this way. Like if you have something else, I don't think this is big enough to cover that, but you could put, you see what I mean? And it'll look just really beautiful. Just to give you an idea, you can do that. So it's really great that it has this frame, because you could do it any way you want, and you can separate these pieces if you want to lay them down and just, let's say you just want to chalk that first sentence on it, you can do that. If you want to just chalk rise up, you can do that if you want to mix it with something else. So our things are very versatile. I took the liberty today of cutting some so that you could see that they could be cut and reused and mixed and matched however you want. So rise up you can only get at Club Couture. You will not, if only a designer and a subscriber to Club Couture can receive the monthly screen print. You won't see this at the shop. you won't be able to purchase this at the shop. This is only for subscribers. So you're receiving something, you know, very special only for subscribers. So if you decide that you want to do that and you want to join Club Couture, it's only $19 a month. It's, you know, it's not expensive, and you're going to get a beautiful screen that you could decorate your home with. Now, if you think about it, if you were to use like a frame like the one I just showed you, and you were to put this screen, the great thing is that you can put the colors you want to match your home. And so that's a plus. And the other plus is that it's not what it would cost you in a store to have something made for you. In this case, you could make it yourself. And like I said, your own colors, you could add, you know, extra decorations to it your own way. And that makes it even better. You could give it as a gift. You know, the holidays are on their way. By the way, speaking of holidays, I have some wonderful holiday things I'm going to show you come next week. So come back for that. And you get this month of August for Club Couture, they are offering free shipping. So if you get your monthly thing, and let's say that you say, oh, I want more paint. Oh, I love this other screen print. You're going to get free shipping with that for the month of August. So that's another wonderful thing with that. Okay, now, the third way of doing this, right? The third way of doing it is you could become a designer. I always say, why not become a designer? You could become a designer and do what I do if you like what I do. You could become a designer and do it a little differently. I have friends that like to do workshops in person. I have friends that do workshops online. So we all have our own different way of running, you know, our business. In my case, I like coming to talk to you guys. And I also like doing parties online. And we'll be talking about that next week, because for sure that we'll be doing some parties online next week. Now, today, oh, and the other thing about being a designer is you're going to make some money. So it could be extra money for yourself. And for some people, this is their full income. That's up to you. So if you, and you don't have to, if you just want to come in because you really want that 40% off, you can. You just got to make sure that you have a certain amount in every month. It's not a lot, believe me. So if you want to know that information, please contact me. All you have to do is message me, and I will give you all the info that you need. Okay? And tonight we're going to offer for people to come into our opportunity group, VIP group, as well as the Club Couture. If you're interested in that, we'll give you some codes on how to get that going. All right, so let's get to the thing in hand, right? We want to see what I'm going to do today. So just like that flower frame I just showed you, that is the screen print that I'm going to show you. This one's a little stained because I used a dark color then, and it didn't want to come off when I washed it. But it doesn't mean the screen isn't good and isn't working. It's still working. It's still good, still functional. So what I wanted to show you was how we did that screen on a frame, right? It was done on a frame. Let me do this because we're still talking here. Hold on. Okay, there I go. So we did it on a frame as I showed you before, but today we're going to do it on a banner. So this is made out of fabric, and today I will not be using paste. I will be using ink. It's a little bit different, and ink is permanent, which is what you want, because if you're doing t-shirts and onesies, you want it to stay forever, right? So, and if you're doing banners, it is permanent. Now, the good thing about paste is that when we use it on a frame, you can erase it, and you can make something different if you wish. So I'm also going to demonstrate that next week. So you can do something different if you, let's say you did something for Halloween, but you love the Odette, you know, our frame Odette, which I showed you earlier. Then you can erase it and do a Christmas frame with the Odette. So I'm going to show you that next week. But I just wanted to put it in your ear so that you can see the difference between these two. This, when I put this flower one here, this is going to be permanent. It will not wash off. Even when I do the laundry, if I have to wash this, it will not wash off. And you'll see how we make it stay permanent. All right? I might wind up taking off my rings, guys, because I don't want paint on them. Because of who I am. Everybody that does know me knows that I always have ink all over my hands. I don't know if it's because I've been an artist for my whole life. And I've just gotten so used to having ink everywhere. And I know that other people are careful with that. All right, guys. So, hey, Chris, you still there?
Yep, I'm here. And about the ink on the hands, girl, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Leave my nails and everything. It's insane.
Yeah, it's fun, but not everybody does that.
I know some people are very neat. It's like some sort of magic trick we haven't learned yet or something.
I'm just not careful with it. I love it so much, I'm just going to go with it. Okay, Chris, so did you go out and reach out to people that, because I know Pat said to give her a touch.
I sure did.
Okay, good. All right, so let's keep going here. Okay, so I'm thinking, this is really long. We really tried to get it into the camera completely, but that's not what happened. So, yeah, we have, this is going to be a very long piece, as you could see. And there was no way I could get this full thing in the camera. So I'm going to let you guys see a little piece, and then as I do it, we will continue to fix, you know, what it is. Now, I am going to leave this camera, so you're not going to see me for a bit. You're just going to see me, you know, showing you how to chalk. So let's change this screen here. And yeah, we're going to get started. So one of the things, as you guys know, is that we fuzz, but, right? Y'all know our fuzzer. But we're not going to fuzz today. And maybe you're asking why. Well, we don't need to. When we're using fabric, we don't fuzz. We only fuzz it when we're doing anything on a hard surface or glass or anything of that nature. Other than that, we don't need to fuzz it. So I'm going to pull it off here. As you can see, it's very sticky. Even though I've used it 100,000 times, it's still sticky, which means you get a lot of use out of your screens. All right, and they are screens. For those of you that are new, this is a screen. I don't know if you could see that, but see my finger on that? It is a screen. It is a small screen, which allows our ink to distribute, you know, correctly. All right, so I'm trying to like straighten this so it's nice and straight. I'm using the grid, which is one of the reasons I put the grid, so that I could make sure that, you know, my thing there is straight. Normally, when I'm doing this, I would use a measuring tape. Today, we're just going to eyeball it. Now, what I do is, being that I'm a printer, this is what I normally do. I pick the letters and that line. You know that top line? You see that? And I'm going to make sure that they are together evenly. All right? And I'm going to just fold it at this corner like that. So I don't fold it here because that could be off. See that's a little off? I fold it at the letter. That way we get an even middle. So it's going to mark it like that, and I know where the middle is. I don't do it on the screen. I try to make sure that my screen is safe. I do it only on the top. All right, so we're going to try to center this. And normally, because this is fabric, I'm going to fold this. Fold this. Yeah, these are printer's tricks. This is what we do when we're printing. Okay, so you see that? That little line? I'm gonna take that little line and I'm gonna put that, my other line with it, and that will center it. So now I know I'm centered. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit because I want to make sure. I think that's straight. Looks straight to me. I'm going to use, because this is a banner, so I'm going to use these. They're going to hold the banner together. Okay, so I want to get my measurement, and look at that. I measured it perfect. Yeah, it's straight. It's good. All right, so this we're going to put toward the very end. I am going to pick it up though. I want to just double check. You know, as a printer, this is me. I need to make sure that this is 100% straight. You don't need to be a printer to do this. Now, the reason I showed you my printing machines and everything else is because proof is always better than somebody talking. But I wanted to say it and show you because I wanted to show you guys, right? If I'm a printer, why am I doing chalk? That's why I showed you that. So before we keep on, I want to really tell you about that. Oh, well, I see that I'm here, but where's my other one? Okay, Chris, this thing has been real wonky lately. You really got to look into it. Okay, so why? Because chalk, oh my goodness, how can I say it? It's easy. That doesn't mean I don't love printing. I love printing. It's more technical and it's a lot more work. It doesn't mean I don't love it, but it is a lot more work. And chalk is easy. It's so easy. That's why I always invite people to my Quickie Monday. On Mondays when I show how quick this is. Come this Monday, I'm going to really show you guys how quick this is. Okay, we're going to do a couple of things really fast. Anyway, that I joined chalk for a few reasons. I thought of incorporating the screens that chalk makes for us. I wanted to incorporate it in my art. So I do my own artwork and I incorporate this, and I won't say how until I'm ready to release the new line, which that's where you're gonna see what I did with my stuff and chalk. But I also joined chalk because I just love that we could decorate our homes so easily. I joined chalk really to incorporate it, but I gotta tell you, once I started with chalk, I fell so in love with it that it's like taken over my life. I'm still doing printing, but always looking forward to going to my chalking. And chalking is, I love it. It's easy, it's fun. It lets me make so many things quickly, easily, with the colors that I want. And when I don't want to move quick, I don't. I just sit there and I put on some music and I do my painting, and I just love it. I love it in so many ways. And you saw those few samples that I've showed you today. All of it is chalk. So you can do some amazing things with chalk, and I just love it. So again, if you're interested, you know where to go. But I am going to put something toward the middle of this that will tell you what you could write me, that I will send you a link so that you guys can join us. Okay, so I'm going to bring you down to see this thing again. All right, so these are my squeegees, and they're also from chalk. They make sure that you're prepared with everything. We have everything that you will need. But okay, so I like to really make sure there's no bubbles in this, so that when I start putting ink on this, that it doesn't run. Because in this case, I am definitely going, we have to use ink. And I want to touch on a thing on the paste, because I said permanent, and you might be thinking, if that means that if the paste is not permanent, it's just going to come off. No, it does not just come off. It takes us using a special tool and water to take it off. Once it dries, it's going to stay there until you take it off. And if you want it permanent, let's say that you did a beautiful frame, you don't want to take it off. Like I said earlier, we have some sprays for that. I could show you sprays for that so that you can protect and keep your frame when you're using paste to stay for you always. Okay, so we can make it permanent. All right, so I'm going to use the black. My ink is already ready, as you can see, nice and moist. See how pretty? So I am going to set this to the side, and I'm going to take my larger squeegee. We're going to dunk it in here because I'm not going to do this flower word in color today. I'm going to do it in black. I might do the whole thing in black, to be honest with you. We'll see. I'll decide as I go. All right, so I'm gonna do this. Our inks never waste. They don't, you know, we don't put them and then we say, oh my God, now what am I gonna do? See, I picked it up. So I'm just gonna keep putting it on. I usually put a lot everywhere so that I can get every nook and cranny. And I'm telling you guys, once you start this, you're going to so love it. Okay. I don't want it to dry so much because I have my air conditioner on. It is boiling in New York. I don't want this to pull it out. So I'm going to kind of leave it moist since I still have so much to cover. So I'm going to leave it, you know, I'm going to put a lot of ink. That way it really seeps in there. And usually we put something in the back so that the ink doesn't go through. I do that with t-shirts. With this I do it too so it doesn't go behind my table. But I did use something, I did use one of our boards so that if it does go through, it goes on the board. But I'm still going to put the back because I don't want it to stain the rest of this thing. All right, so I'm going to put some of this ink back. And I like cleaning this because if not, we just make a mess.
Hey, guess who's watching with us?
Who's watching?
My grandma.
Hey Gladys, ¿cómo está mi amor? Yo te tengo en oración, mi hija linda. A que llegue a tu casa con tu familia bien. Okay, let's clean that because, guys, this is ink. And this is really some awesome stuff because we do not have to worry that it's going to come off. All right, let me, I don't want to pull this off yet, but maybe I should. I really don't. I just want to take a peek. It's looking good. It's drying as well. So, I don't know. I was going to do the whole thing in black. Not a good time for me to make a decision on this. But let's use some of the green. Green is good. You know, I'm going to use some of this green. Let me just kind of put some of this back in. That's because I turned it. I love this green, so I am going to put some of this. Okay. Yep, I don't let anything go to waste. Not with my chalk. As much as I chalk, I want it to be just great. And I save ink because I always want to be chalking. I'm going to use the green on the top as well because we're putting flowers and our flowers are so colorful that I'm just going to put the green on the top. I don't want to make this part of it too colorful because then it's going to be too much for what I want. So I'm going to put this. Let me try to hurry. I love this ink, guys. And you all know, like I said, I'm a printer, so I work with other inks, and I love chalk ink. Chalk ink is the best, like seriously. Like it really, really gets in there. All right, let me throw this to the side. I guess that's going to be Ray's problem now because he's going to be the one cleaning that. All right, yeah, we're gonna wipe this off a little bit. Let's put it in there. And, yep, wait, let me put it in here. All right, here we go, guys. Already have ink on my hands. Oh my God. You think I'd ever change? I ain't never gonna change. Oh, that looks so pretty. It did dry up on me a little bit here, but that's okay. That's not a big deal, because what we're gonna do is I'm going to clean this. Right now I'm gonna put it in a wash. I don't like putting it in a bucket wash, but it's what I'm gonna do for now. What I like to do is take it to my sink and clean it. It's better to clean it in your sink so that it always lasts, so it lasts a long time and stays sticky. So what I am going to do is, later on when I'm done and that's dry, I'm going to come back, lay it back on, and just fix that little piece. So there's never a mistake. It happens to all of us. And hold on, guys. I gotta put this in that bucket right so it doesn't get messed up. Yeah, so there's never ever a mistake. And I gotta pour water on it. When I do it this way, I pour water just to make sure my screen gets real clean. So I just pour water, which next week I'm gonna show you guys a class so that you guys learn how to clean it. So what do you think?
That looks awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna clean my hands a little bit, guys. And spray my hand with my sprayer and just wipe some of this off, only because I do not want it to go on the rest of this fabric. So I want to get some of this off, so when I touch this fabric, I'm not putting ink on it, you know? All right, so that's really good, the way it came out. I think it came out great. It took a little long because I was talking. Normally I pull it off the minute I'm done, but I think it looks really, really good. I wanted it to look soft, and I wanted the flowers to pop out with the black. So now we have all these flowers. Now these flowers have a little dot there, and that dot is so that you're going to put a second color on it and you match this dot with this dot. Now I usually don't use it, it's not my thing, but you know, some people prefer to use it, and that's good. So you could do either or. What we're going to do now is, well, we're going to make sure that my hands are totally clean, because I still saw ink on me. Like we said, I'm using ink, so it is permanent. All right. All right, let me clean my hands. All right, guys, here we go. Now I can move this around. All right, so I'm going to incorporate some of these flowers. And I don't want to make all the heavy flowers on the top. So I am going to put these flowers together. I'm missing a flower, so it's probably in here somewhere. So this flower goes with that one. This one goes with this one. This one goes with this one. And there we go. There's the flower I'm missing. So let's see what looks best. So we are going to incorporate these flowers on this banner. And I'm going to try my best to measure it so that it works well. So that pretty much looks good. We have this middle here, which is that little line I showed you guys. And I'm going to move this that way just so that we can make some decisions of where I'm placing it. And we want to make sure that when I space that bottom, it's going to have extra so that we can put the stick. Now, I'm going to turn this around so you can see what I mean. So, you see, we're going to put the stick here. So I got to make sure that I have enough room here so that the stick doesn't cover the design. Always taking into account that we have this extra space here. Okay, so let's see what we do. Because knowing me, I'll think of something else if there's a space. But that's me. You know, and I know you guys will come out with like some awesome designs. which I would love to see. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this down. I want to see my center line. It's about there, so we're good. I think that that's gonna work just fine. So what I'm gonna do is that we are going to remove this for now, and I'm just gonna work with that center one. Why? Because right in the middle I could still use that line that I first put there. I'm gonna line this up with my board. That's one of the reasons I love this board when I'm working with fabric, so that it is nice and straight. Let's make sure it's straight with the table. Straight with the table, and that it's straight with the lines, and that way it's straight all the way around. Okay, so now I'm gonna peel this, and what I'm going to do is we're gonna do that fold that I just taught you guys. It's one of my little secrets of when I print. All right, so let me put this to the side, and we're gonna take corner to corner here. It could even be those two little dots, but we're gonna do corner to corner. Yeah, that's pretty together. Let's do it the other way, because we don't want it to stick. Not that it's gonna break. I'm careful with them. Let's just open it up. We're gonna do it the other way. Okay, it'll be better. Gives us more control. All right, so you see that? I'm going to do corner to corner, pretty much match that really well. And I'm gonna squeeze that. That's gonna give me my middle. There's my center. Just gonna bring it down. And I think about that much. And it is gonna have a large space between this and that, but I might put a little line there. Haven't decided. There'll be some design there, trust. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this down. And before I make that law, I have to check with my bottom and make sure that I have the correct space between these two. So this becomes a little different from when we normally do it, because I have to measure these two things to make sure I don't have way too much space on the bottom. So I think I actually put it well. So we're going to put that in. We're gonna squeegee that so that there are no bubbles, because I just saw some. And that way it just holds down really well. And make sure that it sticks the way that it should. So we're really gonna push that down as much as possible. And this is why we don't fuzz it, because we want it to stick at its full capacity onto the fabric. Okay, so that's in there. I'm gonna move this to the side, and we are gonna make some decisions here. So I kind of think I want a little gold at the edge of this. This can be a little tricky this time. I want a little bit of green on it as well. And so I'm gonna pull out my green ink. Gonna make sure this is closed. I don't want it to dry, especially because, like I said, I close it and then I clean it. I clean my lids, I clean my jars. That way my paint always lasts and it's always good. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of green, trying to think of how I'm incorporating what first. And before I do that, I'm going to look for the piece that goes here. I believe it's that one, but we're gonna make sure. Yeah, I believe it is this one. Okay, so we're gonna use that on top. Okay, and you might be wondering why. Well, you're soon gonna see why. So let me think what color we're doing this in. Sometimes what we do is we put this first and then we put this on top. But I don't know if I want to do it that way. Okay, guys. Well, we'll see. Let's see how this comes out. I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to use here first. So definitely we want to use the green. So I'm going to take my little squeegee, and you can see this green I haven't used yet. Take my small squeegee, gonna take a little bit of that. Very little. Gonna put some right back in. And I am going to sort of work where I might even brush it. I make sure I have my brushes here just in case. So I'm gonna do this on some of these. And I could with my brush make it perfect so that each little line has the green. But I kind of don't want to make it that perfect. I want to make it kind of fun. You guys know I do that a lot. So we're going to do that here. Okay, I'm going to cover this. And I am going to use probably the black for the name Celine, but I think I'm going to use pink there, guys. Took the wrong pink. That's all right, because I have one already open. That's okay. We'll use this one. Okay, so now let's just really put that in there. Since I'm going to put a screen on top, we're going to blow dry this.